Good morning everyone, Spazzy Dragon here, aka Syndromes, and welcome to the 2016 Discovery Freelancer Let's Play tutorial guide thing, episode 2.5. So this is a in-between episode between 2 and 5 in order to address a specific issue that has been pointed out to me in the previous 2 episodes by now, that has already been fixed, but I've decided that this needs some attention because this is probably a problem that many new players are going to make, and Felix wasn't one of them. If you go to the server rules, and I hope you have done that already, you'll probably see that over here in section 6 there is a list of the actions that are considered cheating on the server, which is using non-disco mods such as trainers, changing account information, changing ship information client side, suicide trading. If you don't know what that is, then it's okay, I'm not going to explain to you. But there is a specific line right here, disabling VSync to gain frame rate at 160 frames per second or higher. You might think that this is kind of arbitrary, and I mean, what the hell, no other game server has this sort of rule, but it is needed in the case of Discovery because this is a really old game. I need to remind you that Freelancer is a 2003 game, and back in those days a frame rate of 160 was not really believable at that point. So obviously now with many people using cards like the 960 GTX like I do, which is a relatively inexpensive entry-level gaming card, you will be able to get a sync rate which is much higher than that, but achieving such frame rates in Freelancer gives us a very negative result, which can actually be seen in the videos we made. So this is a clip from part 2, and this is the moment where Felix is approaching the Cochrane depot for the lane hackers, and you can see them jitter. So this is called jittering. As you can see, he is moving back and forth really rapidly as if in a lag. Now Felix is from Denmark, so his ping to the server is fine and there is no lag and loss on his side. The problem lies in the fact that he has uncapped FPS, and that is what causes jitter, and as you might expect from that kind of movement, it is impossible to hit a ship like that in PvP, and that is why we have it under section 6 that provides a unfair advantage. Now, the reason why you'd like to uncap your FPS in the first place is very simple. Since this is a very old game, it uses software input for your mouse, and depending on the system that you're using and depending on the hardware that you're using, you might experience a very either noticeable or not so noticeable input delay for your mouse when you're moving your mouse in circles, and it takes maybe a tenth of a second for it to actually start moving, so it makes the game feel really sluggish, and in PvP it's even more annoying. So, people have found that if you uncap the FPS for Freelancer, this problem goes away. But, as you uncap the frame rate, as you already saw, it gives us a completely new problem. There are many ways to actually cap your FPS. If you have a NVIDIA graphics card, it's probably even easier than you'd think, because it is kind of possible to do it with the software that usually comes along with your graphics card. So in our case, I'm using the MSI Afterburner to do things with my graphics card a bit. This particular software comes with another program which is called the Rivatuner Statistics Server. So what it does is apply very specific limitations to specific things. For example, when you install this thing, you will be able to select the global setting and, for example, set it the frame rate limit is 144. I've set it to 144 because I have a 144 Hz monitor, and this makes Freelancer in particular be very smooth, but at the same time it does not make it jitter. So this is one of the ways you can cap your frame rate. If you would like to see more information, there is going to be the link to the relevant tutorial thread on the forums down there in the video description. And hopefully, if you are a new player, you will take mind of this, because cheating in particular, even if it is unintentional, it really does end up with severe consequences, including things like ship deletion and permanent bans. So be very careful how you do this. In the case of Felix, apparently he has a global setting of an uncapped FPS for all games, so since he didn't know that this would happen, I didn't know that he had it uncapped until the second episode when someone actually pointed it out. We fixed it only now. So anyway, what's done, what's done. Hopefully this is not going to be a problem for the future episodes, and if you are a new or old player and you didn't know about this, well, now you know. Anyway, this was Spazzy Dragon aka Syndromes, and I will see you in part 3.